Hello everybody, welcome back to today's plugin coding tutorial video. I believe we're on episode number 7 now. Today we are going to be making some landmines, which you can place down by placing a pressure plate that explode when a person stands on them. So let's go ahead and set this up. We're going to go to our main class and we're going to create two new things here. First, we are going to create a private landmines, just to say that this is actually going to be a thing. Going to be a static landmines. We're going to create a class. It's going to be main landmines, just like that. So it's going to import our main class and do landmines. And we're also going to create a public array list, which will keep all our blocks that are currently landmines. We're going to call it mines, and for block, we're just going to import org.bucket.block and import your array list as well. And then we're going to create another public static all the way on the bottom, which is going to be called landmines, or it's going to be, we'll just name it main, because that's the name of our class. We're going to put the name of our class, and you can get landmines. And that is going to return main.landmines. Just like that. Now we have set up what we need to do for this class. We are going to do our next step. With our next step, we are going to create two new event classes. We're going to actually just put one, We're going to just name it landmines to keep everything nice and organized. We're going to keep everything in one class. We're going to add it to our GitHub just because we are supposed to, and we're going to implement listener just like we do with any other one of our event classes. We are going to do our event handler, and we're going to do a new one. We're going to do public void, and we're going to call it on, let's say, use Java, landmine place, and it's going to be a block place event because we were placing a block, and we are going to do that, and then we're going to do something different. So we're going to say if e.getBlock .getType, not getType, equals material or .bucket.material, and we're going to do stone underscore plate. This is saying if the material is a stone pressure plate, we're going to do something. Then we're going to do main dot get landmines dot mines dot add, and then we're going to do e dot get block close quote. That's going to add the mine that we went ahead and stepped on to become a landmine. So now we are going to send the player a message. So we're going to do e.getPlayer dot send message. We'll do chat color dot green space, and you're going to do you placed a landmine. We placed a landmine. Now we're going to create a second event. This is going to be what happens when we click on it. So we're going to do another event handler. We're going to do public void on landmine hit or press. We'll do press. We'll do player interact event. So this is going to be when the player steps on the block. So on the landmine plants, we're going to do if, if e.getAction, and we're going to do equals action dot physical. So this is saying if it's a physical action. We're going to do if and main dot get landmines dot mines dot contains, and we are going to do e dot get clicked block out quote. And then we are going to do another thing. We're going to do TNT. We're going to do TNT primed, which is like prime TNT that's going to explode. TNT equals e.getClickBlocked .getWorld .spawn. So this is going to spawn something where we say for it to spawn. So what we're going to do is we're going to do .spawn, and then inside the .spawn we're going to do e.getClickedBlock .getLocation, then comma, and we're going to do TNT primed and I believe we do .class. Yeah, TNT primed class. Once you do this, you are going to close off the bracket, which I can barely do because for some reason. We're going to do that. And then we're going to do TNT dot set fuse ticks. I'm going to set it to 1 so it instantly explodes when you hit it. And TNT dot set is incendiary to true. This makes it so it will boom when you step on. So then all you have to do now is register your event. So we're going to copy what we've done before to register our events and register landmines. Then you can build the plugin and we can test it out. So let's go ahead and build the plugin. Go ahead and move our newly built plugin from our development folder where we're exporting it to our server folder. Start up the server. At the same time, start up Minecraft. So we can join and check it out. Make sure there's no errors when loading, which seems to be good on. It will say enabling tutorial 1. It seems to have enabled exactly how it's supposed to. Then we can join our localhost server. And you can see we have everything we have in the past videos. Now, what should happen is if I get a stone pressure plate, like we've designated in our configure file, and place it down, nothing happened. So obviously, we've done something wrong, because we should be exploding when we hit the landmine. So something we've done is going wrong. We didn't get a notification when we placed a landmine, which means we've done something wrong where when we haven't placed a stone pressure plate, it hasn't said you've placed a landmine and it hasn't exploded. So we did something in the world wrong. I wonder what it is. We're gonna have to check that out. Most likely, what I'm thinking, because I'm looking at the code, because I did this earlier, I added something a while ago. I did main.landmines equals this dot register event. Unless I was just missing. Yes, that's what we were missing. This dot main.landmines equals this. Let's make sure there's nothing else. Yeah, our code's exactly the same. So let's see if we added this, it would work. See, I'm looking at this over here on my second monitor, because I actually created this plugin quite a while ago. I thought it would be something easy since I don't have that much time to record tonight. So, we're still having the issue of it's not registering us placing it down, which is strange. So I'm going to look into this and I'll be right back. So, you know what? Sometimes I'm quite an idiot when I forget to add simple things like the actual array list, which is one reason why this completely broke. Don't ever tell any other developer I've ever made that mistake. But it turns out I also didn't click the console to see if we had any errors, and there we go, we got errors galore. So here's what actually went wrong. We didn't actually define our array list at all. So we're just going to do public main to set an array list for our main here. We are going to, this is kind of like what's going to be run when the class loads. We're going to do this dot mines equals a new array list with block in the middle of it. And that's pretty much it. And then we're going to build our artifacts and rebuild once again to our tutorial folder and our development plugin folder here. We're going to reload. We're going to place it down. It says you place a landmine and it explodes right when you hit it. So sometimes when being a developer, you make these stupid mistakes where you forget one easy thing and it breaks everything. In this case, I forgot to actually make the array list. So if we place a little thing in front, place a landmine, goodbye everybody. So it's quite simple to do. It's literally you can see, if you see for a second, it creates that TNT that instantly explodes. So if you have a plugin that modifies TNT damage, it may not be the best to make this type of plugin because it actually uses TNT to explode the ground around you. Of course, we could disable TNT damage and just make like the explosion effect, and it would do the exact same thing. But it's pretty cool that we were able to get this fixed, and it all works exactly how we wanted it to. So that will be it for this video. And quite a simple plugin, but pretty nice. This is episode number 6 of our coding tutorial series. So far we've added the scoreboard, we've added NPCs, we've done landmines, then a tutorial command, we've worked on some events, we've canceled damages, we've done a lot of stuff. The next video we're getting into GUIs and actually configure files, which I said we would get into a while ago, but I never got around to it. So we'll get into that next episode. But pretty much we were only missing a small thing in our code that kept it from working. This is why you do debugging. It took me about 2 minutes after I paused the video to find out what was wrong with it. And turns out it was that simple. So that will be it for this video. Hopefully you can actually speed mine with this, which is pretty cool. Just place it down below you. Make sure you're in creative or this would kill you, but you can speed mine. That is pretty cool. If you have any questions with the code in this video, feel free to join our Discord server as well. I'll be happy to help you out. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.